How do you ensure having a purpose-driven and passion-aligned goal get all of the support that it needs to get to the finish line of the goals that you set down for your business or your idea? Hi, I'm Anika, and this is episode 10 of Rewrite Your Story. Today's episode is the third episode out of the three-part series where I have been covering the three elements behind good goal setting. We've already covered how to define your purpose or your why. We've also covered how to define your passion. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about how do you ensure the practicality component, the access to the tools, the resources, or the environment that you need in order to get your goals met and get to that finish line of your action plan. Now, as much as all of us would like to be some version of our super characters, we cannot possibly do everything by ourselves. Think of it this way. If you've got a little garden in your balcony and you look after those plants, you water them, you nurture them, you take care of them, now your garden, your little balcony garden gets bigger. You move into a bigger house. Now you've got a front yard. Okay. It's going to take you a few extra hours to take care of your garden. Or perhaps you're going to hire a gardener. Now, if you move into an even bigger house where you've got a front yard and a backyard, perhaps you've got an orchard, you can't possibly maintain and take care of it yourself. You're going to have a team of people, right? So we're talking about big. We're talking about big dreams, big plans. It has to be bigger than just you, right? So we'll talk about who are these support teams that we need to have within our world to ensure that they're able to address the practicality aspect behind goal setting. Before we cover the three teams that make up your practical environment and your support network, I'd like to share with you a tool that I use whenever I'm setting down a new project or a new idea, or I'm helping clients assess the goals that they have set down for themselves on a particular challenge that they're trying to overcome or somewhere that they're going to get to, right? Now, the model is called AWESOME. AWESOME. 7 parameters for you to easily check your idea against to ensure that its awesomeness is fully packed into your idea and it's got everything that it needs to action into your next steps. All right, let me just quickly run down this for you. A on awesome stands for, is it ambitious enough? Now, we talked about goals being big enough, right? We talked about this in the 3 MIQs. If your goal is not scary and exciting, it's probably not going to go a long way. You're starting something new, right? If you're not scared about it, there isn't really any room for you to learn and grow. To start on anything big or to scale something that you've already got or to start something that is new, it's probably going to require a learning and a growth phase. That's what makes it scary. You don't have all the tools that might be required to get this project or this idea or this plan off the ground. Now, if that's not scary enough for you, you're probably going to lose interest in it. It's not going to be very exhilarating for you. It's not going to feel meaningful to you. It also needs to be exciting because otherwise you're going to get bored of it. New ideas, new projects, new businesses take time. Doesn't happen overnight. You're going to be faced with a path of challenges and hurdles. How do you keep that excitement up so that you can do that if your dream is big enough? If you can have a vision of what is the best outcome or the desired outcome on this action plan against which that you're setting goals, if you can have a vision of that and that excites you, fills your heart with joy, you've got your ambition sorted out for the awesomeness of the idea. Second, W for why. Now, we already covered this over part 1 of this 3-part series on efficient goal setting, where I've shared with you some tools on how to define your why. You need to really be connected with your purpose or your meaning behind this idea so that you can find motivation on those days or those weeks when the challenges and the hurdles seem pretty hard and tough. Okay. Next, E for executable. Now, is this idea realistic? Yeah. What sort of resources or support do you need to make it happen? Ideas have no limitations, absolutely. But if you want to set down goals against ideas that are not reasonably executable, then you're setting yourself on a path of failure. You want to ensure that they're exciting and scary enough, so they're big, but at the same time, they're executable, they're realistic, right? No point putting down a goal for something that is really not achievable. Parameter number 4, specific. Do you know everything that needs to be known in order to bring this idea to life through the goals that you're setting down for yourself? Do you know all the components that go into this particular plan? Because if you don't, how are you going to know that you got there? If you don't define that final outcome very specifically in terms of something quantitative, something that you know you would have reached at if you got there. So you can't really just say things like, I want to increase the awareness of my brand. Excellent. What are those markers? What are those specific markers that are going to give you the answer to your brand awareness being increased? Is it the number of impressions on your website? Is it the number of leads that are generated? Is it the number of conversions that you got? Or is it the number of, or is it your revenue that you put down? What are those specific markers against each component of your goal setting on your action plan that you can assess from time to time? Either if you got there or if you didn't get there, so that you can go back and say, okay, well, that's the piece that didn't work. We need to address that. Yeah. That brings us to parameter number 5, O for objective. What are all the necessary steps to make this happen? What needs to happen objectively in order to bring this dream project or action plan with specific goals to life? Let's say you are a housewife, you're a homemaker, you're a mother, and you have a business that you run out of your home for baking cakes for people in your community. Now you want to scale. You want to move from being seen as a home baker to a cakes and bakes catering business owner. You can still do this from your home, but you probably need to have a company. You probably need to get it registered. What goes into the company registration process? What type of company category is your company going to fall under? Do you have access to the resources that are going to help you create this brand? Do you have any ideas or do you have thoughts on how are you going to promote this business? Is it going to be through a website? Are you going to have a marketing strategy? Do you have all the tools for your marketing strategy? So you see, you've got to ask yourself the questions on what do you need What are all the necessary objective steps that you've got to go through in order to bring this dream project or idea or plan to life? You need to know that. Otherwise, you're going to walk into a challenge where you're setting yourself on walking into it with blinders or with glasses which are foggy. Yeah. So you're going to have some vision, but some of it is just going to be feeling it in the dark. And that is risky, not in the good way. Coming to parameter 6, measurable. This is closely related to what goes into the business objectively and what are the specific components that make up your process of setting your goals or putting your plan into action. Have you got some measurable markers that you have put down for yourself for that can be observed, that can be reviewed on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis? If you don't have something to measure, you don't know if you're doing good or not good. If you don't have something to measure, you don't know if you made it or you didn't. If you don't have something to measure, you don't know what to fix when you don't make it. All right. So it's important that you put down some measurable markers on this goal that you set for yourself. Now, we've been talking about business environments, but this could very well be a personal goal, a fitness goal for yourself, or a new skill that you might be learning for yourself. If you've got a specific and measurable goal down your 6-month or your 12-month program for your fitness or for a new skill that you're learning, how can you break that down on your monthly goals? How can you break that down on your quarterly goals? You want to keep improving and at the same time find out what's not working so that it can be addressed before it's too late. And your measurable markers will help you with that. And the 7th and the last parameter is E for expiry. Your goals need to have an expiry date. When your goals are set against a purpose and they're aligned to your passion so that you can demonstrate it, so that you can express the way that you contribute to the world, that you connect to the world, or a solution to a problem that you're bringing to the table, a new perspective, a new line of thinking at your workplace, perhaps. Any of these goals and final outcomes or desired outcomes can definitely be limitless. There is no ceiling or limit to how big that goal can be or how big that desired outcome can be. However, while your progress and your success is infinite, you have to set meaningful goals with finite markers to keep pushing forward at every little gate that you set up for yourself along your action plan so that you can keep pushing forward on that path of growth, learning, transformation, all of which that you're going to go through when you meet your goals set down for your action plan. So there you have it. Ambition, why? Whether it is executable, its specificity, its objectivity, its measurability, and it having an expiration date. If you're able to assess your goal setting against these 7 markers, you've got a goal that is set down for a high probability of success for yourself. All right, so who are the people and the teams that can support us in bringing our awesome ideas to life, supporting our awesome project plans on meeting these ambitious goals that we set up for ourselves? Now, this is a combination of 3 teams. This is your home team, your family team, and your friends team. Let's look at who are the people under these teams. Now, your home team is not people from your family. Your home team is the people that you work with. They're the people that you spend the maximum number of hours in a day with, in a week with, my bad. perhaps also in the day, depending upon what industry, what organizational culture you work in, or how your professional world balances with your personal world. So your home team are the people that work with you. Now, if you're a home business owner or a one-person company like myself, there aren't any people that work for me. However, I do have contractors. I do have suppliers. I do have people that help me with my marketing. I do have people that help me with my accounting and my taxes. That's an area which I have less passion and thereby less motivation to spend my time with. I'm not the expert on it anyway, so why not hire somebody to help me with it so that it doesn't take out the mind space on something that can be delegated to someone else so that I can just concentrate on how to meet my goals. Yeah. These are the people that enable you to, as I said, free up this mind space for you so that you can just concentrate on bringing your incredible projects and your ideas to life. So that's your home team. Your family team. This is definitely the people that are closest to you, your partner, your kids, perhaps other members from your close network or close knit of relationships who fulfill the role to help you align your joy driver, the thing that brings you immense joy in your heart, and your why. These are the people that really understand you. These are the people who know you. These are the people who know you for your strengths, for your weaknesses, for your dreams, for your aspirations, and they acknowledge and respect those. So these will be the people that will provide you with that support when challenges and hurdles are faced along the way, which they will be. And lastly is your friends team. Your friends or people within your personal or your professional networks who refuel your vision and sow those seeds to enable you to get new ideas, to see things from different perspectives, to get a fresh set of eyes. These are the people that contribute towards your journey of meeting your goals against your action plan with all of the creative, innovative, and growth pieces that you're going to need along the way. If you're treating our mind as a garden, especially when you're trying something new, there are things you're going to know, there are things that you're not going to know. These are the people that can help you bridge that gap between what you know and what you don't know and overcome those fears of being in an unfamiliar space, because you'd be able to share experiences and learn from their journeys because they are able to relate to the challenges and the hurdles that you may be currently facing or that you may face tomorrow on your path of achieving your goals. All right. So you want to look at who's in your home team, the people that you work with, or that make your ideas and your dreams possible. Your family team, the people in your close-knit network, and your friends team, the people that are your refueling team. All right. So we covered the awesome model in order to assess how good or how awesome your goal is. And at the same time, we've covered the 3 teams that you need to take into consideration to ensure that you've got a practical, supportive environment to help you go down your path of change and achieve the goals that you've set down on your action plan. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Today is episode 10. I'd love to get your feedback and know from you how the content is working for you. If you found the models and the different tools that I've shared helpful, I'd love to hear from you, love to hear about your stories of growth and transformation. And if you've got any burning questions that keep you up at night regarding personal growth and overcoming challenges and fears, as you seek transformation for yourself, drop me a line down in the comments section, and I'd love to connect with you and learn more about your questions and address it over the 80 days that are still left on our 90-day video challenge journey right here on Rewrite Your Story. If you liked today's content, please hit like, please subscribe to the channel. If you think someone can benefit from the content that you've seen in today's video or any of the videos over the last 10 days, please share it with them. The more the word can get out there, the more it can reach the people who really need it. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, take care and stay awesome.